live.
Oh,
Hi, everyone,
hi.
and welcome to our live stream. We had a few tech hiccups there, but we're on live, which
It
is
happens.
fantastic. Exactly. Over to you, Lisa.
Well, hello. Sorry, welcome everyone. Caught off guard there. We did try and go live and something strange happened, but it does happen. Thank you to everyone that is joining us. A lot of you will be from the masterclass, so a big, huge welcome. Sending hearts to you all. We have been seeing questions about our entrepreneur program, so we thought we would go live so we can answer some of your questions. But before we start, please let us know where you are watching from in the world, or where you are, what country, because we like to tick as many of those off as we can. And we also like to represent our international community because we are an international school. And every time we do this, we get people from Europe, Africa, America, absolutely everywhere. So please let us know. Oh, we've got a couple of comments coming through. Thank you very much, Africa. Eurasia, thank you. That is wonderful. So it's lovely to have you with us. As we go through, if you have a question for us, please pop it. We would love to hear from you. We know that Lorraine has the answer. I'm just putting that out there right now. She's never, ever not had an answer to a question. So please let us know. Let's put her to work.
Yes.
We've got Portugal, Florida. So thank you, everybody.
Jordan, UK.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I really want you to encourage you to ask a question. We have this opportunity, and Lorraine is so busy. It is hard for us to get time with her sometimes, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but she's just so busy. So to have her here to answer your questions about the program and the individual courses is invaluable. So don't be nervous. Just no question is too big, too small. Just chuck it in the comments for us. And yeah, I'm your community manager. So you would have seen me in the Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind group. And if you're not in there, I hope you jump in there right now. We've been looking at all your posts for the masterclass, and it's just been so fun. This year really has just been so amazing. You've all really just grabbed it with both hands, and you've been sharing all your formulations, and you are turning into formulators before our very eyes, which is absolutely incredible. And Lorraine has the cream there.
I hope you all made one. Tell us in the comments if you made it. I really want you to make this cream in the masterclass, and I'm dying to see your photos of it. So please tell us if you made it. Just type, yes, I made the cream. And then if you're in our Facebook group, our Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind, as Lisa said, post up your photos. Post up a selfie with your cream. They're the best. Like, they're the ones that get all of us at Team Formula Britannica just doing like, woo! We're really excited about that. So post up your photos.
Post a photo up if you've enrolled. If you have enrolled, we want to see you. We want to see the screen. We want to see you saying you've enrolled. Yes. It really is. It's just a big family atmosphere, and it encourages you to remember we're all in this together. It's not just you signing up for a course or a program and you're on your own. We take you through the entire stage. So let's start off in the best way.
Absolutely. So yeah. I just want to give a big shout out to everyone who has enrolled this week already. So we opened up enrollment for our International Organic Skincare Entrepreneur Program on Wednesday. Yes, it's 2 days ago. Honestly, it feels like a week has passed. It's been so busy. We've had hundreds of people sign up from literally all corners of the globe. And those people are the people who are taking action off the back of the masterclass. So they made that face cream, and they've now decided that they want to become formulators and start their own beauty brand. Much like the hundreds of brands stood behind me, I get sent beauty products from all over the world. Very exciting. And they want that too. They want to change their life and completely change the way that they work and completely change what their passion is. And we've got the program for that. So hundreds of people have enrolled. We would love to welcome you too. And if you have enrolled, then type in the comments and tell us, and we can give you a big shout out and give you a big warm welcome to Formula Britannica as well, because hopefully you've all realized watching our masterclass that we don't do things by halves. We work really hard to give you a great experience. And that was just the free masterclass. So just imagine what our paid courses would be like. So yeah, we're here to answer your questions today, which is very exciting.
And we cover everything at Formula Britannica. We don't just give you a program, as I said. So that is why we're opening this up, so you can throw in your question about it. Even if you have a question about a specific course in the program, please ask us, because we'd love to be able to answer it for you. I popped a couple of threads in our Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind program, and a few of you popped some questions on. So we've taken a few of those, and we will answer a few of your questions as we go. So we'll see how many we can get through. We will do our very, very best. Let's just try and bring this up.
And you can see all of the course badges below us as well. Those are the 5 courses in the program, but we'll talk a little bit more about them too.
Yeah, we'll go through everything, so don't worry. Right. So Anne says, let's start with Anne. Anne says, what kind of products will I be able to make in the DRSF? Can I choose my own? She's using an abbreviation here, which sometimes, we use sometimes, but that is actually our diploma in organic skincare formulation. The very first course, our most popular course that we start off in the program. So Lorraine, what would we say to Anne?
Oh my goodness, how long have you got? You will learn how to make different gels, different types of toners. You will make cleansers, so foaming cleansers, cream cleansers, gel cleansers, balm cleansers, oil cleansers. You'll do moisturizers like facial balms, facial moisturizers, emulsions like the one that you did in the masterclass. You'll do lip balms, you'll do hand and foot creams, you'll do masks, you'll do scrubs for the body, facial polishes for the face, obviously. We've got body wraps in there. There is so much. Micellar waters. I hope I haven't missed any, but there's a ton of formulations in there. And the whole point of that course is to get you to the end. So you've made your own range of skincare and you've got everything that you need there. And that was how we set that course up. But there's so much more in that course as well. I mean, we teach you how to formulate, we teach you the maths with it, we teach you how to choose and layer the ingredients, we teach you how to blend your essential oils for fragrance, but also for therapeutic properties. There's even some branding and marketing in there. We teach you how to comply with the regulations. We teach you about the science and anatomy of the skin. There is a ton of information just in that one course. And there's 5 courses in the program, which is so exciting.
And the amazing thing about that diploma is a lot of people go into it thinking, okay, well, I'm going to do this because I'm obsessed with facial balms or I want to make cleansers. And you actually come out of it discovering a whole range of, different things that you can formulate, and you will surprise yourself. You will fall in love with something else on that list. I mean, Lorraine's just given you kind of a list of it there. There is so much to choose from. And that is one of the wonderful things about that course. We don't just pigeonhole you into creating one thing. We teach you how to be a formulator and how to kind of fall in love with ingredients, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want you to be a recipe follower. I mean, obviously, you followed our formulation, our recipe in the masterclass. But the whole idea of the last lessons in the masterclass, and I do hope you've watched them all, was to get you thinking about what other ingredients you could use and get that creativity flowing. Because at that point, you start to substitute, you start to change the percentages slightly, you start to become more confident at putting things together. And that's when you start to become a formulator and not a DIY recipe follower anymore. And that's where we want to get you.
I was just about to say, actually, you stole my line, but that's what we don't do, because that's what people sometimes think when they don't know what's in the course, or in other courses as well. But in our course, we teach you to think on how you can formulate and how you can create your own formulation, basically. So yeah, no DIY stuff here.
No, absolutely not.
So Che Favi says, are we tested throughout the diploma, or is it one exam at the end of the course? Lorraine?
So you are tested throughout all of the courses, and there are quizzes at the end of each module. So we work on a system of modules, and then within those modules, we have lessons. And most modules have no more than 3 lessons in. So, oh no, actually, I'm wrong. That's the old system. Some of our modules have quite a few lessons in. They're all bite-sized. You have a video in there that will teach you how to make something. There'll be a workbook with it. There'll be maybe some bonuses. And then at the end of it, we've got a quiz, and that will test you on your knowledge of that particular module. And then when you get to the end of our big diplomas, and there are 2 of them here, you've got your diploma in organic skincare formulation and our advanced diploma in cosmetic science. Then there's a big test at the end. In fact, with the advanced diploma, there's even a test halfway through that tests you on your ability to test out new ingredients and work with different techniques. So with some of the courses, well, with all of the courses, you'll be tested all the way through. And then at the end, for the big diplomas, you get tested, and there's a grading tutor involved, and they receive your work and they give you feedback. And I know that this scares people sometimes because they're like, oh, I'm actually going to have to be tested by a human. But I want you to remember that our grading tutors are incredibly experienced formulators, and they want to get you to that stage as well, that you become an experienced formulator. So they're very kind, they're very supportive, and they're there to help you get through your course.
That's a very good point. They're grading tutors. They're not just there to do an X and that's it, and then say next. It's in their business to get you to pass your courses. So they really do help you as you go. And if you have any problems, they are there to go to. So that's a very important thing to remember.
Yeah.
So we have a question from 29 Miss Moni. Please remind me, when does the program start? It is open now. I hope you can see this. Enrollment is now open. So
yes, it's open right now.
But it is open right now.
And it will be open until May 17th. So that's Tuesday at 4 p.m. UK time, which is roughly now, basically. So whatever this time is for you in the world, that's when we close enrollment on Tuesday. So put it in your calendar so you don't miss it. Because I know there are always a few people who like to wait until the last moment. Don't be that person.
Okay, we have a question from Facebook user. I wish there was a translation of the Arabic language course. Our courses are in English. We know we're very open about that, but we do have an international team. We're not just an international community. Our team is international. They work all over the world. So they will be able to help you. We do take a big understanding of the fact that sometimes English language is not people's first language. And if you reach out to our team on hello@formulabritannica.com, they will be able to advise you on certain programs as well that you can use to translate some of the course material. So I don't know if you want to add anything, Lorraine, but we do take it into consideration and help you along the way.
Yeah, we're not testing you on your ability to speak English. We're testing you on your ability to formulate. So I really wouldn't worry about that. We've had students in 182 countries already, and I can guarantee you that a large number of them do not have English as a first language. And that's totally fine because we all speak the language of formulation, which is far more fun, I think. So don't worry.
Very well put. Melanie says, I've upgraded. Melanie, I don't know if you can see the counter. Do we call it counter? A ticker?
Yeah.
Behind Lorraine, counter. And every time that goes, it means a student has signed up. So I think we might be able to hear it as we go here. So thank you very much, Melanie, and greetings and a big welcome to the family.
Yes, if you were on the webinar with us on Wednesday evening, you'll have watched the counter go a bit nuts. I mean, we enrolled just so many people during that webinar, which was awesome.
We did. Amazing. Okay, we have a question from Miss Fatty, her name. Since hair is also considered skin, does this course give a basis to formulate hair products? Do we cover hair?
We do not, because we have our diploma in organic hair care formulation, which is awesome because it walks you through how to make different shampoos and cleansing products for the hair, how to make, I think, about 14 different types of leave-in and rinse-off conditioners, and even how to make organic styling products. It's a really cool course. Hair is very different to skin because skin is constantly regenerating. It has lots of different layers. Hair has layers as well, but it's dead. And that sounds really harsh when I say it like that, but we don't scream when we go for a haircut for a reason, which is a very, very good thing. So it needs to be treated slightly differently. And so we have an entire course around that, which focuses on cleansing, conditioning, and styling. However, and I will say this because a lot of formulators don't say this online, but I'm quite open about it. Making hair care is harder than making skincare. So we do try and get all of our formulators who want to become hair care formulators to really learn the basics first, learn how to emulsify, learn how to work with basic surfactants. Because once you start to work with hair care formulations, you might have to blend multiple surfactants into one formulation. Natural surfactants tend to be a little bit sort of weaker than the synthetic ones when it comes to cleansing ability. So it's a little bit more advanced. Also, you're working with a lot more water. And when you work with water, you need more stabilizers, you need more preservatives. So for that reason, we tend to try and get everyone into the foundation course first, learn how to formulate, learn the basics, learn to walk before you can run. I say it a lot, and then move on to hair care if that's what you wish.
Great, fabulous answer. We have a question from JJO, I think this is. In your opinion, should we end one course and then go on to the next? What order would you suggest? If so, I'm so anxious to start. So
well, we hope to welcome you into the community. I hope you've enrolled with us. We do tend to recommend that you start with the foundation diploma in organic skincare formulation. However, on the webinar, Anna made an excellent point that some people start with a business diploma because they want to start to figure out what their brand is before they figure out which formulations they might sell. You could do both at the same time. You could, for instance, say, you know what, I've had enough of skincare formulating at the moment. I'm going to go deep into the theory of stability testing. Now I've got the basics. So we do try and recommend that you start with the foundation diploma and maybe the business diploma alongside it. And then the other 3 courses, the advanced diploma, I'd leave that one for the end because that one's going to challenge you the most. And you've got the 2 certificates, which are just nice little add-ons. And you should be able to work through those in a matter of weeks. You know, if you're working on it one day a week, you should zip through those.
Yeah, fantastic. So Kelly says, I'm confused about emulsifiers, preserving ingredients. Do you go through everything? So what would you say to Kelly?
Yes, we do. It is a core part of formulating, and you need to learn all of this. So we take you through the basics of what emulsification is in our foundation diploma. Then in our advanced diploma, which is also in the entrepreneur program, you'll start to go a little bit more in depth. And we really challenge you to try and test out different emulsifiers at that point. But we just start you off with the basics, much like we did in the masterclass. So some of the materials you learned in the masterclass have come directly from our courses. We've got a certificate in natural cosmetic preservation, which is in the entrepreneur program, which will walk you through everything you need to know about preserving. And yes, ingredients. I mean, obviously, that's a big, big part once you get started. And you get access to our big ingredients directory, which is over 150 pages and has all these different profiles in it, which has been put together by our education team. So yes, we go through everything.
And it's also designed, I mean, as Lorraine said, you can do the business course first, but it is designed in a way where you start with a diploma and then you work up from there. So we have taken that into consideration. We don't just, I think Kelly's a little bit kind of nervous, but it's okay. Like everyone kind of felt like that in the beginning. Everyone feels like that who starts formulating. So do not worry, we have got you covered. And we've had graduates take this diploma and, sorry, this in this program, get my words, and created brands that have achieved amazing things. You only need to go on our graduate page to look at how many people we have there. It is absolutely amazing. And we've got so many inspiring people that are creating brands. Just every month we pop on like 4 brands in our online classroom, which is absolutely just incredible. We're so proud of them. Yes. And that can be you too.
It could be. And I get sent graduate products all the time. I've got a few stood here in front of me. This is Brusha, which was sent to me by a graduate, Ilaria, who's from Sardinia, where I'm going on holiday soon, but she lives in the Netherlands. This is Ornku, which was launched by our graduate, Alice. She's from Estonia, but she lives in the UK. This is Flower and Spice. I love this one. Carmen is one of our graduates. She was one of our early students, and her brand is sold all over the world now. She signed a 7-figure distribution deal recently to distribute her products in China. Very, very cool. And that could be you too.
And I believe Carmen didn't have any formulation experience before she started as well, which is just incredible. And it just goes to show, if you dream it, it can happen. I think a lot of people walk down the aisle, their local supermarket and look at all the products and think they need to, have all these degrees, to be a formulator, but really you just need the knowledge, and we're here to help you with that. So
absolutely. Couldn't have said it better.
So this is a lovely comment. I think this is going to get cut off, so I'll read it out from Maura, who says, I started this diploma last year and a whole new world opened up to me. It's life-changing, inspirational, and learning never stops. In other words, never a dull moment, and lots of support from the brilliant Britannica team. Let me just go to the side. I always get super excited and have to stop myself from going down different research rabbit holes. Britannica is just the best thing ever. Thank you so much, Maura. That is so lovely.
That's very sweet. Amazing. Thank you.
Okay. Shilpa says, will we have access to the student library after we finish the course?
Interesting question. So we don't give lifetime access. We're very open and clear about that, much like I don't still have access to my university degree from 20 years ago or longer. Oh, gosh, 25 years ago.
Don't even. I did that the other day and it was scary.
Much like I don't turn up at the university gates and say, oi, give me everything. We don't do that either. You don't have lifetime access. However, you do have lifetime access to our community, which is here on Facebook. If you're watching us on Facebook, I know we have lots of viewers on YouTube as well. So no, you don't have access to the student library afterwards. However, what I will say is we have a membership site called the Lab at Formula Britannica, which is a continuing professional development site. And once you learn how to, or once you start formulating, we do recommend that you become a member there, and then you can maintain access to that. And that is filled with these huge libraries with lots of research profiles on ingredients, which goes far more in depth. It's got a huge formulation library in there, which we add to every single month. Mm-hmm. And every month we release a mini course on something that's trending. So this month is the cream deodorant mini lab. We call them a mini lab, not a mini course. It's the first time we're teaching deodorants. In March, we released our natural lipstick mini lab, which is the first time we're teaching how to make makeup with natural plant pigments. So very, very exciting. Last month was the marine ingredients mini lab. So we're constantly choosing topics that are trending, and then we are creating content around that. So I do recommend that once you start formulating, that you become a member, because it will be your formulation study buddy, and you can maintain access to that by becoming a member on a rolling basis.
I think our lipstick mini lab, it was the most requested mini lab that we had, and we created it. We just said, okay, we're going to do this, and it took us a while, and it's out there. So we do listen to our community as well. You are our most important asset.
Yes.
So I don't think we've done this one. 29 Miss Money says, thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you for the time this morning. How many hours per course or for the total program?
Okay, so we have this listed on our website with each of the individual courses, but obviously it varies hugely per person. Some people might zip through things and maybe only make a formulation once. Like you might say, I've made my lip balm, that's it, I'm not doing it again. Other people might say, I'm going to make 20 different lip balms and spend the next month on this particular lesson. It is entirely up to you. We have structured our courses on the principle that you will spend on average about 5 to 8 hours a week on the course, which is also what we recommend you dedicate to it. I mean, that sounds manageable, doesn't it? And if you say, for instance, right, Sunday is going to be my study day, that's where you carve out some time on that day. You set that aside each week. You have a little space in your home where you know you'll be studying. Take a selfie when you're there as well, please, and tag us on Instagram. We love those photos. Use the Formula Britannica hashtag. But just carve out that space and that time, and in 5 to 8 hours a week, you will just fly through those courses, I promise you. And you'll be through the foundation diploma within several months. I guarantee it.
Yeah, great. Just going to throw this up from Lady Fit says, I can't enroll until Monday. That's absolutely fine. It is open until Tuesday, 4 p.m. UK time. So please do enroll with us. We would love to welcome you into the community. But Monday is fine. That is
yes,
great.
We're still open.
Still open. I'm going to read this one out from Olympia because I think it's going to cut it off. But Olympia is already a student studying our diploma. She's 1 year in. So if she joins the program, how does that work in timing? How much longer would she have to complete the program?
I believe we reset it back to 3 years. We'd need someone here from our admissions team to answer that for definite, but I believe that is the case. I know our admissions team is in the comments, so hopefully they'll be able to verify that I haven't just said something stupid, but I think that we reset the timer for you, and then you have 3 years from the moment that you upgrade.
And if you do have any questions that we don't cover in the live and you just want an absolute guaranteed answer, please do reach out to our team on hello@formulabritannica.com. The people in the help desk, they've done the courses, they are you, they have walked the walk, so they know absolutely everything. So they are, really, really helpful. Okay, so Jennifer asks, how long will it take for me to complete the certificate in natural cosmetic preservation? Is it like the diploma? So what are the differences, Lorraine?
No, it's not like the diploma. So we have 2 types of courses. We have diplomas and we have certificates. And I've seen an awful lot of people copy this naming system actually across the internet, which is fascinating. So our diplomas are our bigger courses. Our certificates are our shorter courses. And what that means is the diploma might take you between 4 to 6 months or longer, depending on how much time you have to dedicate to it. But as I said, I want you to carve out time and space for this because you want this for a reason. Otherwise, you're not enrolling with us. The certificate's much shorter. I mean, you could do that in a month, maybe even a matter of weeks. The certificate in natural cosmetic preservation is largely theoretical because you need to understand exactly how preservatives work, how to choose the right one. And the certificate is filled with flow charts and checklists that you can then take to your home formulation lab and put into practice, which is a lot of fun. So they give you the confidence that you need once you've learned how the basics in formulation to then go and trial different natural preservatives.
Great. So we have covered this, but we'll cover it again because it is very important. Are the courses completed in a specific order, or can we choose the order in which we complete the courses? Sorry if this has already been asked.
That's okay. We're here for a reason. We're here to answer all your questions, so don't worry about that. We recommend that you start with our foundation diploma, and you could always do the business diploma alongside it at the same time. I mean, the business diploma starts you off by getting you in the right mindset, which can also be a very good thing to get you started with formulating. So those 2 are the ones I would recommend starting with. I would leave the advanced diploma for the end, and then bolt the niche certificates on, the preservation and stability testing ones, once you feel a little bit confident with formulating, because then the materials will start to make more sense as well. So if you go straight into the advanced training and you skip the foundation, you might have a problem. So that's roughly what we would recommend. But saying that, if you're halfway through the diploma and you go, you know what, I just need a break from formulating, then, go and dive into one of the smaller certificates and see how you get on.
Yeah, just make it work for you. So we're all at different stages. Sometimes people are thinking more about their brand and they are formulating in the beginning. So it's good to kind of map it out, see what you can do. I mean, you can always modify it as you go. So, but yeah, we do recommend you start with a diploma and then dip in maybe to the business one if you can.
Yep.
Okay. Savani says, do you have a payment plan for the program?
Yes, we do. Though you can either pay in one go, in which case that's that, or you can pay over 6 months. And there's a 6 monthly installment plan for 397 British pounds. And if you go to our website, there's a currency converter on there even. I know the link is with this video. If you click on it, then it will take you over there and you can convert it to, I think we've got euros, US dollars, Canadian dollars, Aussie dollars, Indian rupees on there. We haven't got every currency, but Google is your friend, so you can always convert very easily there.
Okay, Monique, this is more formulation question, but it kind of relates to what we do. So Monique says, do you show us in the course how to formulate with vitamin A and more difficult acids for a non-abrasive exfoliation? Like how do we kind of like work with ingredients? How do we teach them?
So you've gone straight for one of the most complex and advanced ingredients you can work with. And you're not the only person. I've had this question so many times over the years in various forms, you know, peptides, vitamin C, that sort of thing. What I would recommend, Monique, is if you haven't formulated before, that you embrace this concept of what I was saying earlier, learn to walk before you can run. Because if you want to make a cream or a cream serum that contains some of these high performance ingredients, you're first going to have to learn how to make the cream, right? That's the first stage. So our foundation diploma, first of all, teaches you how to make really lovely, but still the sort of foundation skincare products. Once you move up to the advanced diploma, that's when you start to work with high performance ingredients. But I will say, we're not going to walk you through every single one of them. And if you go to our reviews on Trustpilot, quite a few of our students have said this actually. And we don't spoon feed people. We want you to go and do the legwork. So we give you the framework within how to work with those ingredients. And we then encourage you to go off and research them. We do cover retinol. We do cover different acids, alpha hydroxy, beta hydroxy acids. We do cover all sorts of high performance ingredients in there. But we first of all want you to learn the foundations before you start to work with the more complex ones.
That's a fantastic answer, Lorraine. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, El Wolf says, will you cover global compliance? Obviously, we're an international community, so there must be people thinking all over the world, well, what about where I'm from? What about where I'm from? How do we deal with that in our program?
Yes, we do. So what we do is we have looked at all of the global, well, they're not global, all of the cosmetics regulations around the world. And we've looked at which are the most stringent ones. And we teach you how to comply with those. Now, if you're in the US, and I'm sure there are some viewers in the US today, you probably know that your regulations for cosmetics are pretty weak. I don't think they've been updated since 1938. They need a bit of an overhaul. Here in the EU, they were last updated in 2013. So that gives you a bit of an idea of how different they are. So if you were in the US and you wanted to start a brand, that's great. There isn't all that much to do in terms of legal compliance. You do obviously have to have the basics in place, but we want you to follow best practice. And that means things like record keeping. That means things like stability testing. That means things like sending your water-based formulations off for microbial challenge testing and creating a portfolio of documents for each product that you sell. Because imagine you have a brand in a country that doesn't have very strong regulations, and then all of a sudden you decide that you want to export. At that point, you're going to have to be able to comply with the regulations here in Europe, for instance. So we try and encourage you to comply with that highest standard. And that way you are set by the time that you want to maybe expand. And it might seem like a crazy thing talking about that if you haven't even learned how to formulate and you haven't even started a beauty brand. But so many of the brands stood behind me now sell in multiple countries around the world. I mean, I just held up this product from Carmen, who's one of our graduates. She initially just sold, in one country. Now she's, I think, last count I saw, it was about 40. So it can go quick. And if you want to sell globally, you're going to have to be able to comply with the strictest regulations in place. So we teach all of that.
So the answer is yes. That's a long answer, but yes. So Monique again says, is there some information blocked and only kind of open up as you go along? I think they mean, do you have to pass a certain module to get onto the next one? So how do we work our courses?
Absolutely. We are very proud of the fact that we use sequential learning, which means that you have to complete your module before you can move on to the next one. Much like if you went to school or if you went to do a university degree, they also don't give you everything on day one. You have to work through it. And we've created it in this way with our educators who've worked with us for many years. We have a big education team because we know the path we want you to take to get to where you start your own brand, which is obviously why we have so many successful graduates, as you can see with all the products behind me. So yes, we use sequential learning. We're very proud of it. It's a good method for teaching people rather than overwhelming them from day one.
Yeah. So Don Hetler says, when I finish the course, can I continue my education with you? I think they mean the program.
Well, there are many ways to continue your education with us if you complete the International Organic Skincare Entrepreneur Program. We have other courses as well. I mean, we have 8 of them in total. There's only 5 in the program, so there are others that you could take, including our hair care diploma, for instance, which is always a lot of fun to add on as well. Saying that, if you want to add more courses on during your enrollment, speak to our admissions team. They may be able to help you out. Just drop them a line. And we have our lab, our membership site, which is called the Lab at Formula Britannica. And once you join as a member, you don't enroll to it, you become a member, then that is your continuing professional development platform. And every month we drop a new mini course, and we have lots of big research libraries in there, and we get you working through all of the latest trends, basically. Because you can imagine our courses are there to teach you what to do and how to do it. And our membership site, the Lab at Formula Britannica, is really there to help you gain mastery in those skills afterwards and keep you up to date with what's happening in the industry.
Great, thank you, Lorraine. So I've seen 2 comments of people asking, is it 3 years for each course or 3 years for the program? And it's 3 years for the program. So yes. Don't worry, otherwise that'll be a long time.
It would. I mean, you'd be with us for 15 years. And, I love our students. We know them really well.
Lorraine,
I'm sure you don't want to commit to 15 years of study either.
Okay. This is a lovely name, Arminia. Do you teach how to work with retailers, essentially how to get out there into the world? So Lorraine, how do we cover that? Yeah.
Yes, it's a great question. Yes, we do. We cover this in our diploma in beauty brand business management, which is probably the biggest one out of the 5, actually. It's awesome. So I call it our Indie Beauty MBA because it takes you through every step that you need to follow in order to be able to turn your formulation into a business. So you'll be taught how to brand your products, how to manufacture them. We cover lots of different manufacturing options, including outsourcing to a contract manufacturer if you don't want to make your own anymore. We cover finances, we cover costing, pricing, how to raise investment, how to organize the finances in your business. And then we get to retail and distribution, which is fantastic because we worked with several retailers to create the materials. We also worked with someone who worked as a distributor for many years who actually wrote that part of the course. So yes, it's very comprehensive and will teach you exactly what you need to do and how you prepare a marketing plan with your retailer, how you pitch to them. There are all sorts of bonuses in there as well. So go and check out the business course webpage, our Diploma in Beauty Brand Business Management on our website, and you'll be able to see the full syllabus.
And I really will say as well for the business diploma, it is laid out in a way that really does take you through those stages. So it isn't just opened up and then you have to think about everything all at once. We do kind of separate it. So you have to think about one thing and then think about the next. And we cover absolutely everything. And the amount of people that have gone through that diploma and then come out with an entire business strategy is just, fantastic. So it really is invaluable. So Monique, this is a different Monique, I think. Thanks, Lorraine, for the answer on retinols. But when you say research them, I think they mean the advanced diploma, include how to formulate with them? Or does your advanced formulation course show us how to formulate with these? Yes.
Not specifically. No, you're not going to get a whole module on retinol. I will say also retinol is animal derived, so it's not something that's really high up on our agenda. We tend to try and go vegan as much as we can in our formulations and the materials that we teach. But I tell you what, Monique, why don't you drop our help desk a line if you want to speak specifically about which high performance ingredients we cover, and they'll be able to answer this question more for you.
Okay, we have a question from Asma. Do you teach on how to extract some ingredients that we can find around us, such as making manda butters, making essential oils, avocado, and the like? So
my goodness, that would be
a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, extracting butters from nuts and seeds and then grinding them down and turning them into something that's purified would be a huge course in itself. So no, we don't cover that. We also don't cover essential oil distillation. We expect you to go and find the ingredients that you're going to work with, and we provide you with big supplier guides, and we work with suppliers all around the world. I mean, you saw it in the masterclass. And then we teach you how to formulate with those ingredients and create your own formulations. So no, we don't teach you how to make essential oils or butters. We do have lots of material on our blog, actually, on how to make glycerites, how to make macerated oils, the sort of more fun, easy things that you can create at home, where you're infusing different plants into a base. And there's a lot of information on our blog. In fact, we have over 400 blog posts on there, so go and check it out.
Yeah, you should check out our blog because there's so much in it, and I see so many questions come up, and we have a blog post on it. We have little formulas in there you can try. It really is amazing, so definitely go and check that out. I'm going to put this question up from Samuel. It's a basic question, but it's very important to answer. Do you give us everything we need to start? So someone wants to think about creating their own brand. How do we fit into that?
So we give you all the knowledge that you need to start. Basically, we will run you through how to formulate, how to get to grips with different ingredients, how to create your own skincare, how to up level that skincare to make it more high performance, how to trial different functional ingredients and techniques, how to preserve them properly, how to work and choose with the right natural preservatives, how to embed stability testing at the heart of your business and work with 20 different stability tests, which you must do every single time that you create a batch, and then how to turn those into a business using all the steps that I just ran through. So that's all the knowledge. We don't give you the ingredients. You do have to go and buy them yourself. And there's a reason for that. I mean, we do have a starter kit with one of the suppliers that we work with, Naissance. And when you join us, we'll tell you all about that. But we find that generally people want to work with the ingredients that mean something to them. Mm-hmm. So it's all very well for me to say, go and buy rosehip oil because I love it. But I want you to go and find the ingredients that mean something to you. And maybe that's something to do with your heritage or where you're based in the world or something that you just really love. So every single person with these graduate brands behind me, they all took the same courses, but they all made different products. And that's the beauty of it. So we don't give you the ingredients. We also don't give you the equipment. But as I'm hoping you learned in the masterclass, when I showed you our lab in a bag, I've got it here. You don't need much to get started anyway. So we give you all the knowledge you need to launch your own beauty brand, basically.
And I'm going to say now, because I know that people will ask in the comments, we're not selling the lab in a bag yet, but we are working on it. And I have to say that because every time 10 people, 20 people will ask. It's a work in progress.
I really want to sell it. We just don't have enough hours in the day to get a merchandise shop up. And that's even with 40 of us in the team. I mean, basically, we had 59,000 people take part in this masterclass. We have almost 17,000 students and graduates at Formula Britannica. We just need more staff, basically. And then we'll sell the lab in a bag, I promise.
I think that might be Vicky's job, but we're working on it. So Kay Watkins says, will you give us formulation examples as we go through so we are not on our own? I have never formulated before. So how do we deal with someone who's never formulated anything?
Yes, we do give you formulation examples because I totally recognize that you have to be able to test things out, much like you did in the masterclass. So when we teach you a new formulation, we have two approaches to it. First of all, we'll teach you the frame formulation. So what I mean by that, I've got a lip balm here. Well, I've got a balm from one of our graduates. This is Ornku, Alice. She's in the UK, but she's from Estonia. This has a lot of ingredients in it, but let's pretend for a minute it only has 3 in it. You know roughly how much butter, how much wax, and how much oil you'll need. And we give you the percentages, minimum and maximum, that you can play with in order to create that frame formulation. And then we'll give you sample formulations for you to try out yourself. And the ingredients for those sample formulations are stocked in our starter kit, which is sold by one of the suppliers that we work with called Naissance here in the UK, and they ship worldwide. I should just say that. So it's really, really helpful because that way you get a couple of sample formulations which can start you off. And then we want you to get into the frame formulation and really start to play around with the different percentages, play around with different ingredients, add something else in. Find the ingredients that mean something to you and have fun with it.
So Dal says, can you swap out a course for a different one? Dal's being cheeky.
It's an interesting question. I mean, you're not the first person to ask this. We created this program years and years ago. I mean, it's been at Formula Britannica for almost 10 years. And a few years ago, gosh, about 2018, I went to our student community and I said, if you were going to vote on which courses would be in this program, which ones would you vote for? And they voted overwhelmingly for these 5. These were the top 5. So that's why we have them bundled together. If you want to add more courses in, you can't swap them out very easily. We don't have the tech for that. But if you want to add more courses in, just speak to our admissions team. Write to hello@formulabotanica.com and they should be able to help you out there.
I'd also say to trust us as well. I know sometimes you can look at all the course titles and think, oh, I don't need that, I want this. But this really is a program that's designed to help you learn how to formulate and create a brand, basically. So we have faith in what we've chosen. We know these are the 5 courses that you need to go out there and achieve that dream.
And then once you learn the basics in formulation, you can go and enroll for our diploma in organic hair care formulation if that's something you wish to do.
Yep, absolutely. So Sarah asks, how long do I have to complete all of the courses? I'm assuming she's saying, what if I don't?
Well, you have 3 years, which is a very, very generous amount of time based on the courses that we have and the amount of study time that we know will be required in order to complete them. These are self-study programs. For that reason, as I said earlier, I want you to carve out time and space in your week every single week in order to do a bit. Slow and steady wins the race, right? And we've got course planners as well when you enroll with Formula Botanica. And I hope we'll turn that into something fancy in the future where it actually pings out emails at you. But for now, you've got course planners you can download, and they basically say, right, these are the modules and lessons you'll be going through. When do you intend to complete them? And you can hold yourself to account, stick it on the wall, and do a little bit every week. If you don't complete them on time, then you haven't been following your course planner, first of all. But I will also say we have an extension program where you can pay for additional access once your 3 years has lapsed. So we are very accommodating in that respect. And all you have to do is speak to our friendly student experience team. And they are very friendly and they work very hard. Last year, they answered 27,000 help desk tickets. So that gives you a bit of an idea of how much work we have here at Formula Botanica.
Also, I think it's a good way to think of that 3 years as a good thing, not a negative, because it will actually encourage you to complete your course. And that's really the end goal. So,
Yeah, but you could do all of them in a year if you knuckle down and really focus on it. And I have watched people storm through the courses. They say, I'm not going to spend a day a week on this. I'm going to work on this full time. That might be you, but it might also be that you are busy with family commitments or work commitments or caring commitments or anything. Because of course we have a very varied community all over the world and everyone comes from different backgrounds. So that's why we've created these courses in such a way that they're designed along the lines of you just working on this for, say, half a day a week.
Absolutely. So Liz May says, better visual. Will there be video guidance as I go through the courses? So what does the course look like when they actually get started?
Yes. So, in the masterclass, you watched me make the formulation. It's very similar in the courses. In fact, it's even more comprehensive because we always have 2 cameras filming. There's always one that sort of faces the formulator and there's one that hangs above us. So you're looking down on the formulation as if it's your own hands. So we put a lot of time and effort into that. We've worked with lots of videographers, lots of professional studios, put a lot of investment into this to make sure that these videos really teach you how to make those formulations.
Yeah, so it really helps. So you can go back and actually watch someone that's done it in front of you. It's not just text, it is visuals as well. This is a great Facebook name. Miss Vibes says, how do you get graded? So we've covered this a little bit, but how does it work?
Yep. At the end of each module, there's a quiz, which will test your knowledge of that previous module. Some of those are automated and some of them are tested by tutors at Formula Botanica. So at the end of our Diploma in Organic Skincare Formulation, for instance, there's a big study project. And at that point, you'll be asked to submit your best emulsion. Of course, you made one during the masterclass, so you'll be making an even better one as you learn how to formulate. And then you'll be asked to submit some paperwork with that to check that you have understood all of the concepts that you've learned through the course. And then one of the tutors will grade you. We tend to turn around within about a week, and then you get feedback. And at that point, you get your badge. I mean, you can see the badges underneath. They're currently hidden by the banner. And you get your certificate, and you get that for every course. And I should add, there are also some hidden badges as well in some of the courses for the people who do extra good work, and they're little bonus ones.
Easter eggs. We call those
Yeah,
Easter eggs.
distinction badges, actually, they
Yeah.
are. I mean, they even say distinction on them. So if you reach a distinction grade, you get some additional badges in some of the courses.
Fabulous. So TR says, sorry if I missed this. Can you share what is the format of the course and the price?
Okay.
Lorraine.
Do you want to take the banner off? Because then I can point at the badges. So our International Organic Skincare Entrepreneur Program is currently open for enrollment until May 17th at 4 p.m. UK time, which is about 45 minutes ago. In terms of time zones, if you're trying to figure out what 4 p.m. is, it's currently 4:46 here, so that should give you an idea. And these 5 courses will take you from complete beginner to organic formulator and indie beauty entrepreneur, organic skincare entrepreneur. You've got 5 courses in the program, and the question was about the price as well, wasn't it?
Yes.
So at the moment, there are 2 payment options. You can either pay in full for 1997 British pounds. We don't work in dollars because we're a British school. Or you can opt for the 6 pay option, 6 months, one after the other, where you pay 397 today and then 397 30 days from now. And I know someone posted up and said it's not exactly a month by month. That's because it's 30 days. That's just the system we use.
Great. Thank you, Lorraine. See, I told you she'd know all the answers. So Miss Moni is back. She says, I'm excited to sign up. The masterclass was taught extremely well. Thank you very much. Lorraine put a lot of work into it, and so did our team. I'm excited to learn how to be a formulator and not a DIYer. So thank you.
Yay.
Very
well, I
much.
really hope you come and join us. And I'm really pleased you enjoyed the masterclass. That was the whole reason behind it. We just wanted to get the world formulating together. And the fact that we had 59,000 people take part is pretty exceptional. I mean, it's the biggest masterclass we've ever run. And we're going back into the studio very soon to film the next one. So stay tuned for that.
Lorraine's already putting us to work thinking ahead. But
yeah, I'm stressing everyone out.
So Charlie, I think, I don't know if we covered this, but I always forget. Lorraine will let me know. Charlie says, how is the advanced different to your main diploma? Good question.
Very good question. So our foundation diploma in organic skincare formulation will give you the foundation in order to learn how to formulate organic skincare. And you will be taught how to make cleansers and toners and gels and balms and butters and oils and waxes and face masks and solid shower bars even. There's all sorts of formulations in there. And you'll come out the end of it knowing how to create your own formulations from scratch, how to make your own skincare range, how to blend essential oils. There's a bit of branding and marketing in there, how to comply with the law in most countries around the world. And at that point, you can move on to the advanced diploma. And that was a whole new world, because at that point, we assume you can formulate, because that's what you've learned in the foundation diploma, right? Mm-hmm. And at that point, we start to challenge you and we say, okay, well, you probably worked with this particular emulsifier quite a lot during the foundation course. Now we would like you to go and find one, well, more than one, several that you've never worked with before, and challenge yourself. And then we set you study projects. So we first of all get you working with different functional ingredients and testing out different formulations. For instance, we might say, okay, you're going to work with a gum to create a gel, and the gum functions as a thickener. And there are lots of natural gums, which are often derived from different trees that are tapped around the world. And then we want you to apply that gum in different percentages so that you create different consistencies of your gel. And you might have lots of little pots of them. And sometimes we see this come past in our classroom from some of our advanced students who are just experimenting with a whole range of different little pots and different textures and different percentages. So you start to work more along the lines of study projects at that point. We also teach you reverse formulation. So you can buy any product in the shop and we teach you how to interpret the listing and how to make your own version of it, which is exciting. And you have a reverse formulation project in there, which is awesome. And we teach you about high performance ingredients. We teach you how to comply with different niches. So you could imagine where we cover vegan skincare, we cover raw skincare, we cover halal skincare in there. So there's a lot in there, but it's very different. The two are meant to complement each other perfectly.
Yeah. Just going to throw this up here from Minaz. I don't think we've seen this one. Hi, I've already enrolled and it is awesome so far. Love it. Thank you, Minaz. We do love hearing about you. Come and say hello in the Skincare Entrepreneur Mastermind group. Just to let everyone know, we've got just a couple of minutes left. If you do have a question, please throw it in and I'll see if I can get to it. But we're going to wrap up really soon. So if you have a question, use this opportunity. Yes. We would love to hear from you. You have just kind of covered this, Lorraine, but I'm going to throw this up at Ariel because she's posted it. In the advanced course, do you cover scientific explanations? For example, if working with vitamin C, what preservative to use, etc. How does it all kind of come together?
So we're not teaching you how to follow recipes. I really want to be very clear on this. We're not going to stand there and go, you're working with this specific ingredient, and therefore you must use that preservative. We want you to get to the stage that you can find that knowledge yourself. And this is really important to understand because we're teaching you how to become a formulator. So we teach you how to choose the right preservative. I mean, we have this big, well, I say big, it's a manageable certificate that will take you on that journey of learning how to become a formulator and use those natural preservatives. So I think some people expect that we have lots of recipes in there, but we don't. It's more about empowering you to become a formulator from scratch.
Fantastic. So this is from Habib. I joined yesterday evening and did the first course. I'm going to officially start the full course. The booklets, do we need to print them off and handwrite, or can we do it on a computer? So how do they learn when they start?
It is entirely up to you because this is a self-study program. At this point, once you're starting to work through it, if you prefer to do it on a computer, by all means do. If you want to print them out and handwrite them, please do. Many of our students do. So it's up to you, Habib, whatever you feel most comfortable with.
Yep, good answer. So Donna says, what would be the approximate additional cost of purchasing raw ingredients, equipment, and packaging in addition to the cost of the program?
Great question, Donna. Now, we've been asked this question many times. We even have an FAQ for it in our help desk as well. If you go to our website, by the way, and scroll all the way to the bottom in the footer, there's a link that says FAQ. So if you ever have questions that you feel we haven't been able to answer, go and check that one out as well. We typically recommend that you estimate about 50% of your course fees that you'll end up spending on ingredients. Equipment doesn't cost much. You know, you saw it in the masterclass. Honestly, it will not break the bank. You'll probably spend, I don't know, $100, $200 max.
You can often use what's in your kitchen as well. You know, people don't realize that. They think they have to have a professional lab, but you can have a home lab. There are many ways to do it.
Exactly. And in terms of ingredients, we recommend budgeting for about 50% of your course fees per course. Saying that, I mean, for instance, the natural preservation certificate, the stability testing certificate, the business diploma, you don't need ingredients for that. So the two main formulation diplomas, I would just say estimate about 50% of the cost for that. I will, however, just put it out there that it's addictive buying ingredients. We've all been there. And you can feel very much like, oh my God, I also want to try this oil and that hydrosol. So you have to rein it in a little bit yourself.
And also it's worth noting that not all ingredients are the same. Some people like orange, some people like blue tansy. Blue tansy costs more than orange. So every person's experience is going to vary a little. Packaging, we can't really answer because packaging is kind of like down the line. It's the ingredients and the equipment that you get first. Then when you start thinking about your brand, packaging is kind of like further down, but we do cover that in the business course.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, little jars, little bottles, they don't cost much, honestly. You can, you know, even pick up little glass things on Amazon. I wouldn't worry too much about packaging.
Okay. The questions of, since I said ask a question quickly, we've got 10 minutes, they all of a sudden pushed everything down. Right. Let me just grab another one. I just saw one here. Okay, so Mimi says, hi, I've been formulating for about 7 years now. How can I know if I'm suitable for the program, essentially?
We have the prerequisites for the program listed on the actual course page. So head over to the Advanced Diploma website, webpage. If you just go to formulabotanica.com, the drop-down menu will take you there. I mean, basically, we want you to be able to feel confident creating your own formulations. We want you to feel confident working with the maths behind creating a formulation. We want you to already have some basic skills in, for instance, emulsification. We do often see people say, I've been formulating for a long time. I'm going straight for advanced. They often drop back down to the foundation diploma because they realize that they never got the solid grounding that they need. It's entirely up to you. And I can see one of the team members has put the prerequisites link up in the chat on YouTube as well, which is great. Thank you.
And yeah, just a little thank you, a shout out to our team. I do forget they're kind of working in the background. Yeah, so thank you for that.
They're amazing.
They are amazing. So I've got just 2 questions left, Lorraine, just to let you know. L. Danton says, what do I get when I complete each diploma? Is it recognised?
You receive a badge and a certificate at the end of each diploma, as well as your Formula Botanica graduate badge, which is very exciting. Is it recognised? No. You are not walking away with a Bachelor of Science. You are walking away with vocational skills to be able to formulate and to be able to create your own beauty brand. We're not pretending anything other than that. We want you to learn how to formulate. I hope you really got that message from the masterclass as well. We want to change your life and teach the world to formulate. And as you can see from many of the brands stood behind me, they have gone through our program and they are the ones who are effectively our stamp of recognition. So please do go and check out our graduate page on our website, because those people are amazing and we love them to bits.
Yeah.
And I will say we are accredited by the UK's Open and Distance Learning Quality Council as well. So we are accredited. Also, we won awards for the quality of what we do. We won a big learning award, beating major multinationals. I almost fell off my chair when they announced us. So yes, we have a lot of recognition, but we aren't a Bachelor of Science.
Right, fantastic. So I have a question and a comment just to round off, because this is a great question to end on. So Ian says, I've got so much to do. Will I really learn how to do everything I need to create a business of my own?
That's why we've put this whole program together. Look at the brands stood behind me. I've got a few on the table here. You know, these people studied with us. These people learned how to formulate and turn those formulations into a brand. Is there a lot of work involved? Yes. We're not going to pretend that there isn't. You're going to have to work hard for this. But if you want this, and I know so many of you watching me really, really want this, then you will knuckle down and get the work done, because this is your dream. And you know that you can completely change your life with this. So yes, we teach you every step of the way that you need, every part of the component that you need to learn in order to create your own formulations to sell, then learn how to sell them, and then turn them into a brand. But it will be a lot of work, and you'll have so much fun in the process.
And it's not just your life that you'll change, but you'll change the lives of other people as well, the people that you're sending your products out to. That is a reason why a lot of these graduate brands succeed, because they get loyal customer fan base, and it's just so lovely to see. As I said earlier, we're constantly adding new brands to our Instagram page and celebrating them in our online classroom. So thank you so much. And I just want to show this comment here from Miss Moni. Yay, I just signed up, and she asked about 4 questions, and now she's signed up to the program. So welcome. Thank you.
And I've just seen your enrollment flash in on my screen as well. So welcome. And if you hang on for another minute, then my counter will tick over at the same time. So we can celebrate the fact that you are student number 16,818. There you go. Most people don't know their student number, but you do.
We should let them know, shouldn't we? Thank you to everyone joining us. This hour has absolutely flown by. So sorry we didn't get to your question, but please leave it wherever you're watching below, and I will go back in. And if I don't know the answer, I will get someone to help me. We will answer your question. So thank you for joining us, and thank you, Lorraine, for answering people's questions. You did most of the work here, so big thank you to you as well.
Thank you, Lisa. And I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone watching us. A huge, big, warm welcome to people who've enrolled with us. I know I've seen so many questions come past. I'm sorry if we didn't get to all of them. We will try and do our best after the fact. Some of your questions were very, very specific. But I just want to say to you, our courses are amazing. We have over 1,500 5-star reviews on Trustpilot for a reason. We're ranked 4.9 out of 5. You can't even get to 5 out of 5 on Trustpilot. We're one of the highest ranked education providers. And not just that, I mean, there's a reason that you can see all of these graduates stood behind me on my shelves. And you saw them in the masterclass as well, of course, didn't you? In episode 9, which was awesome. It's because our courses work. We change people's lives. And if you put the time in, you can go from complete beginner, no experience in formulation, to becoming an organic skincare entrepreneur and formulator. Imagine being able to create your own products just like the one we taught you how to make in the masterclass. But then you won't need our help anymore, because you'll be able to do it confidently yourself. So if you're not sure, if you're on the fence, just believe in yourself and trust the thousands of students who have given us so many lovely reviews, so many testimonials, so many videos, all this wonderful feedback on Trustpilot. Go and read it. You could join us today.
Do 2 things. 1, send us an email, because we know we have the answer, hello@formulabritannica.com.
Yes.
And 2, go and visit our graduates page, because so many people haven't seen it. Just go to our graduates page on our website, and you'll see all the brands we have listed there. Go and check out their Instagram pages. That's hours of fun already there. So yeah,
absolutely. So if you join us today, you could become our next success story, and you could have your product stood on our next masterclass table, and I could be holding your products up and talking about how you quit your job and changed your life. And actually, I'm interviewing someone live, one of our graduates called Leslie. She'll be here with me on Sunday at 2 p.m. UK time, and we'll be talking about how she quit her job and launched her skincare brand. And she's going to be dialing in from her lab, which will be really awesome. So I do recommend you come and join us. And I will say, even this morning, someone enrolled with us and immediately messaged to say just how amazed she was once she accessed the course. And she loved the platform. She loved the materials. She loved how we teach. So just come and enroll with us and let us change your life through Formulation too. And I can't wait to meet you.
Great. Can't wait to meet you too. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you all soon.